Alright, so I'm going to talk more about that tic-tac-toe video I did the other day. It was really long, and I doubt anyone watched the whole thing. So I wanted to give just a quick overview, explain what's going on, show you what it looks like, and be a little more clear on everything. So right now you see I'm running it for iPhone just to show that it'll work on an iPhone. The great thing about using GUI, it's the reason why I'm so passionate about it, is it allows you to test on your computer, and then once you put it on your device, it'll work the same on your device as it does on your computer, and you won't have any real surprises. Um, you'll notice this one will switch automatically back and forth, and if you tie, like I just did, it'll say game over. If you win, it'll say game over. I mean, it just really, really simple. There's a lot you could do with it. I just thought I'd give you guys this starting block. So first things first, you'll need to have some way of keeping track of what should be in each one of those buttons, and for that I just use this label right here. Also, I have the 3 Boolean right here, so win, P2, and P1. P1 and P2 is basically just my way of saying player 1 being the X's, player 2 being the O's, win will be false unless the game's over, and that's how I tell it to print game over or not. So if someone presses the new game button, it just calls the start function and resets everything back to the way it was when I started out. This GUI.skin.label.alignment says set the text alignment of the GUI label to be centered and in the middle. And that's because I draw the label to be the exact same size as my grid, and so it will draw it dead center in the middle of that. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it, but so far I found the easiest way to deal with how you want things to look is to use GUI.skin. Working down, the button size right here, just B size, what I called it, is equal to 1/3 of the width. So player 1 is whatever player 2 isn't, and player 2 is equal to whatever player 1 isn't. That way they're never the same, and it makes it so that it'll always switch back and forth. This is really the only logic in the game, really, really simple. Just it runs through and draws the buttons every time, and if someone presses the button, change it to an X or an O, and then switch whose turn it is, and check to see if someone won at the end of that. You'll notice this begin group and end group. You've got to do that if you want to start at 0, 0 within this button grouping, and that's the only reason I did it that way. You don't need this begin group. You would just have to know exactly where it's supposed to start. So there's some plus sides to doing a group that way. If you win, say that it's game over. And then this check win, really straightforward. It just says if it's horizontal, vertical, or diagonal, then the player won. Or if there's a tie, the game is over. And so that's all it does. There's a lot you can do to improve it. You can make it nicer. You can make it look better very easily. But that's the basics as far as creating tic-tac-toe in Unity. Thank you.